Hi there, Karen here with Whiskey Sour. Of course, sliding off. I hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. The weekends just sort of blur together for me. I'm not really sure what day I'm on. It's just work all the time. I was listening to a song today called What If It All Means Something, and I made it the title of my blog. It's a song by a Canadian singer-songwriter named Chantal Kreviazuk, and I love her. She's a really very good piano player and a really great songwriter, and I just love her lyrics, and so this song kind of spoke to me. But it spoke to me around the same time that I was listening to some of the stories from our friends online who have friends in hospital and everything. And do you remember around the time that my grandmother passed away, I had said that a whole slew of other sad things were happening? Um, and there's an old saying that bad things happen in threes, but I've been teasing that things happen to me. They never happen in threes. Three would be okay. They usually happen in dozens and dozens. Sometimes in the 20s, tens, dozens, whatever. And the good news is our community is really growing. This is an awesome thing to report. uh, when I was truly isolated, all by myself, pretty much all by myself, I had one problem: depression. One problem. That was it. That was my problem. Then there was all these kinds of offshoots of that problem. There's some surrounding problems that I didn't care about, so therefore I didn't own them because I was just worried about depression, and that was it. And I'll tell you what, though, that sucker equals about 500 problems. So it's comparable. I was thinking, though, that even though I'm hearing oh so many problems right now from people, I don't feel the weight uh, of anybody's problems or my own problems the way that I felt about the weight of depression. And I think it's because I really own that problem, but it's also really debilitating. It just stops you from doing just about anything, so you can't really even function. Now, this what if it all means something? I was thinking about mothers today. Of course, this time of year, I think about my mom more so than even usual, which is all day long. I just think about her all the time. But mothers amaze me. I'm watching quite a few people right now go through hospital encounters, and you will notice it if you're on Facebook, that our community has quite a few people in it right now who have loved ones in the hospital. And but when I'm looking at the whole thing, all I can see are these amazing, amazing women, and who just seem to be in charge of the situations, whether they were put in charge or hurled in charge or whatever. But I see them with these great big wings on their backs because they're the angels in these situations. And I bet if you were to ask them, just outright, if you were asking an angel if they were an angel, they'd go, "Ah, I'm not an angel. What?" or "What's that?" But if you were to ask these women, their hearts would probably be really breaking right now because they have so much love and compassion. It almost gets to be too much love and compassion that's going on. And but why I'm amazed by them is not because they're oh so strong and not hurting. It's because they're not debilitated like what depression can do to a person. And this is amazing to me. How on earth do we function when the very person that we love is lying in a hospital bed? Why aren't we crying in a corner somewhere in a catatonic state? Maybe it's not happening to us. Maybe we simply aren't seeing the bigger job that we're already doing. And that's kind of where I'm going with this today. Is just I think that's what's amazing to me. We seem to be doing these tasks. We seem to be showing up when we're needed. And we offer up love and inspirational wisdom, but do we really notice where we're supposed to be? And do we notice that this situation we're in is where we're supposed to be? Some people are not good at being supportive and being really strong in tough times. I look throughout my family, and there's some really, really super strong people, and then there's people that just crumble. So I think you'll notice that in your families too, that there's certain people who are really strong, and there's certain people who rely on the strength of others. But I also think it's too much to tell somebody to be strong when they're hurting. From a bird's eye view, though, I'm seeing their strength. It's just, from the peanut gallery over here, I am seeing the strength of these women, particularly these women on Facebook. And I see so many sad people. I see so many hurting people. Compassion for them, like I have mentioned before, shouldn't be a burden. It should just be igniting our hearts to help. And generally, a person who is there to help doesn't know it's a job. When you're busy in the middle of just helping and being compassionate and loving, you don't realize that you are doing a job. And it's the reason is because it's just instinctive. Something kicks in us when there's a trauma or something going on that just kicks in. And it's instinctive. But make no mistake, that person is providing an invaluable service to the people who are hurting. And I've been looking at my own heart lately and evaluating my own levels of pain and the things that pain me, the things that really bother me, the things that hurt me when I look around and just see the things that are going on. And I've just been evaluating those things. And my heart can bleed pretty easily for those who are going through something. But I feel like lately what's happening is I'm finding this new chamber in my heart where I'm seeing beauty in really ugly scenarios. That's not something I could even see before. I don't think it's just been happening lately. I think it's always been that way. I think there's always beauty in ugly scenarios. It's just I'm all of a sudden seeing it like a child for the first time, And these moms I've mentioned remind me of my own mother, who took on more than her share, and how much it must pain parents to see their child lying in a hospital bed, and yet they are exactly where they are supposed to be at this time and this place in our history. This is what is supposed to be going right now. And it's I believe really it's their higher calling, and they just might not be aware of it, because like that adrenaline that kicks in when you see somebody lift a car off of somebody. These people aren't always sure where their strength's coming from, nor do they care where their strength's coming from, nor do they notice where their strength's coming from at the time, because they're just busy. And you know what? They might even be shaking their fists up at the sky saying, "Why me?" And to me, the answer seems really obvious. Because you're the best person to be at this place at this time, and you are needed. That to me is the answer. And I also tried a different viewpoint on this. What if you took the blood relation or marriage out of this equation? So you're not the mother with the child anymore. You're not the wife with the husband anymore. What if you found yourself at the bedside of a man you didn't even know, or a child that you didn't give birth to? And what if a big glowing light, you see this in the movies, a big glowing light appears in front of you and says, "This is your purpose, this is your higher calling, this is your job to just go and simply love this person. Just be there." Could you do it? If that person was not related to you, could you do it? Well, if all you ever responsible for was taking care of that one person, you'd have to question, would you be able to? But I think the answer most people would give would be yes. Because first of all, if you have a great big glowing light just having a voice appearing in front of you, might freak you out enough to do it. But I think most people simply have that love and are equipped to pull it off. And that's the cool part to me. When things get complicated, as I think when we already have a relationship with this person, when we are the wife, when we are the mother, and when a child you gave birth to is experiencing kidney failure, or when the man you are deeply, deeply in love with has heart complications, it's not very easy to recognize that you might be in this situation for a greater purpose, even outside of your relationship with them, outside of your personal relationship with them. And what if this child was abandoned and had no one there to love them? Could you step in for them? What if that man wasn't your husband? Could you be there for him? Just lovingly. And can we zoom out far enough to look down and see how and why we are interwoven into this greater picture, this world, this society? the way we are. I'm not suggesting it's a good idea to separate our relationship from the people, because that's next to impossible to do. So we just see the person we love lying there. But I do find it interesting to just imagine different scenarios for the purpose of seeing our purpose. I think it's completely awesome and humbling when we are thought of so highly that we are entrusted with providing love for someone. It seems like we are chosen warriors in a film. And I'm not suggesting that the focus should be on our rewards or on our role like that, but rather I view it as a way to see the situation for what it really is, outside of our hearts being crushed and broken. And it's so cool to me to think that we are all so needed. That is what's making me smile in these situations. It's just really cool. It's really cool. The situations themselves are not cool, but what I'm seeing happen in the situations are cool. And the fact that, I'm just, looking down at it all kind of, just, from that bird's eye view, just going, wow, I've never seen anything from this viewpoint or from this vantage before. So that's pretty cool to me. And to me, depression, when I said that equals about 500 problems, to me, that isn't a challenge that a person has to overcome. It's a debilitating burden that we have to fix. If we can get our spirits healthy, we too, any of us who are depressed or have been depressed, we too can experience the bigger joy in helping others. And that is where we truly can overcome any challenges that come our way, recognizing that we have a greater purpose in it all. I signed off today saying, wondering why every warrior film has to have a full choir backing it. I almost can't watch a lot of these warrior films. It's like kind of anything post Lord of the Rings now. I'm just like, really? You're going to use the whole choir? Oh, you're going to use that guy's voiceover to do the trailer. Oh, there's a big shock, But I think, when I look at it, it's like, well, maybe that's the kind of soundtrack that we have going on when we're doing something, It's just like a whole bunch of angels cheering you on, or a big choir cheering you on to your greater purpose, whatever that is. So I don't know. My heart does break for these people. Don't get me wrong, because gosh, I've just been in hospitals and had so much death and sadness around me that I know that feeling. It's an awful feeling. But I just wanted to offer a different perspective to these people, and just to more than anything, I think it's just imagining those different scenarios for the purpose of seeing our bigger purpose. So that's all it is. I saw a couple quotes here from Orson Swett Marden, and he said, "Be larger than your task." That's pretty cool. I think I could do an entire blog on be larger than your task, because that's it's asking our character to do something really much bigger than the thing that's in front of us, and recognizing that our character is much bigger than the thing in front of us. He also said, "Our trials, our sorrows, and our griefs develop us." They certainly do. I can attest to that. So I'm going to leave that with you guys today. And I hope that if you see these people on Facebook that are going through some things, you know who they are. And, I'm not going to call them out here, but, they are people that have been in our community for a long time. You see them on there. Go show them some love and your support in what they're going through, because it is a tough time. It's a super tough time. But I am excited when I see people doing something with a great sense of purpose, and that's just completely awesome to me. And these people are equipped to do it, and that's awesome too. So I will leave that with you today, and I will check in with you tomorrow. So from next time, whiskey sour on me, rock on.